Hello YouTubers and welcome to episode 5 of season 7. For those of you that have been watching the episodes religiously, in episode 4 I discussed the changes of rowing clubs this year to Edinburgh University Boat Club, and in that video I said I wasn't, or I'm not going to be doing British rowing trials this year. So in this video I'm going to be discussing the reasons why, but I think before I do that we're going to have to get out of the cold. It's absolutely Baltic out here. Welcome to winter in Scotland. And we've made it inside, and with the Lamborghini name yet to be determined, as we both will not be doing British rowing trials this year. And to get to the reasons why not, I kind of have to go over the trials process through the entire year. For those of you that already know the process, I'll put a little timestamp just for you to skip ahead. For those of you that don't know, there are 4 separate trials throughout the year. There's a November trial, which will actually just have finished by the time this video goes live, so congratulations or hard luck to those of you that took part this weekend. Then there's a December trial, which is invite only from the November trial. Then there's a February trial, and then there's a March/April trial, and maybe another one depending on the time in the Olympiad. But each one has sort of different things you have to do, different races, whether it's a 2K on the erg, 5K on the water, side-by-side racing, different assessments to assess your rowing prowess, but it happens 4 times throughout the entire year. And that leads us to pretty much the biggest reason why I won't be doing British rowing trials this year. If you imagine there's 4 trials throughout the entire year, and you don't want to go to a British rowing trial and not perform, because those trials are used to select you for the British rowing team, whatever level that may be. And doing the trials throughout the entire year, it can put a serious dent into your training consistency throughout the whole year. So if we look at last season, where I first raced in the Lamborghini name yet to be determined, there was some vast improvements from start to finish. But what I also saw last season was how big of a step I have to be able to make to even compete at the level I want to compete at. So for me, taking out British rowing trials gives me the best opportunity to do so. It means that I can, say for example, in February, March time, instead of preparing for a trial that I have to go as fast as I can at, I can take a step back if need be and work on very simple things, maybe in some of my weaknesses that may be, for example, roll-ups, shape, small things that you really don't want to work on when all you want to do is focus on getting stronger, fitter, and faster for that trial. Not only will taking a step back from British rowing trials this year hopefully afford me the opportunity to really focus on getting fitter, getting stronger throughout the entire year to really place me in a good spot for the upcoming years, but I also think that not doing British rowing trials gives me the mental space to be able to do so. It can be so difficult for any athlete when a trial's coming up next week or next month to really be able to make the small changes that may be needed. For me, and this isn't the case for everyone, but I don't necessarily need too much work on getting my erg scores down or my numbers in the gym higher. Yes, they could always improve, of course, but I feel like the biggest step, the biggest speed improvement will come from really taking a step back and focusing on the smaller things, like how do my hands move around the back end? How is my confidence at the front end? And of course, just doing some roll-ups. Doing things like that, you just don't want to do before a trial when all you want to do is go as fast as you can. Now you may be asking about training. You may be saying, Cam, if you're not doing British rowing trials, Are you just going to be taking it easy and going for little poodles out there on the water? Well, I can assure you that is not going to be the case. Over the last couple of months, I've been training extremely hard. I just haven't been making as many videos about it and haven't posted them on the line. So in the upcoming season, I will be sharing more about the training plan. And speaking of my training plan, I will be making a sort of specific video about that, which I'm really looking forward to hearing you guys' opinions. But that's for another video. And lastly, we have racing throughout this season. Will I just not be doing any racing? Well, no. As you saw in a couple of episodes ago, I raced in a double with Matthew at Clyde 3's Head. A race that 1, I've never done, and 2, I never would have done if I was doing British rowing trials. So this year's racing throughout the season is all about grabbing those opportunities that I wouldn't necessarily have been able to do if I was doing British rowing trials on another year. So I'm super excited for you guys to come along with me on the journey to see what those opportunities may be. And like I said, I will let you know once I know for sure what those opportunities are. So, as always, Yam Squad, if you do want to make sure you don't miss out on seeing those opportunities, make sure you are subscribed and hit that notification bell. If you're excited for the upcoming journey, hit that like button. If you're not so excited, I mean, you can hit that dislike button. And as always, Yam Squad, I will see you in the next episode.